Hey guys! A new thing I've decided I'm going to start doing is I'm going to start telling stories, or sharing stories actually, and aspects of my life that you guys may or may not find interesting. Just some fun stories about like what happened to me growing up, chunks of my life you guys may be interested in. I'll just kind of start with the simple one. So, there's two stories that go with this. These are some scars I've gotten in my life, and I'm going to tell you the stories behind them. First up on the list is right there. I don't know how well you guys can see it, but you can see where the hair isn't growing. I believe I was a freshman in high school, maybe a sophomore. It was winter. At the time, my mom and my stepdad, Brian, we were living in this like really tiny but comfy little house. I mean, Wisconsin, it snows a lot. It snows a lot. We were told to go outside and shovel the snow. I remember we had two shovels. One was a cheap plastic shovel. Not that plastic, there's anything wrong with the plastic shovel, but when you grow up in Wisconsin, there's a lot of difference between like just snow and then like that icy frozen sleet snow, which we get a lot of here. So basically, under most snow in Wisconsin, you could expect ice and just crap that a plastic shovel can't break away. So the plastic shovel's great for getting that top layer of snow up, but then all it does is reveal a more hazardous. At least the snow gave you some kind of traction on top of that ice, but once you remove the top snow, it's just all slippery ice. Anyways, so I had that plastic shovel, and I was out there shoveling away, shoveling the driveway and the sidewalk, whereas my older brother, you want to keep like a nice metal shovel, and that's what gets that nice layer of ice off and helps scrape the sidewalk a lot better and scrapes a lot of that crap that that plastic shovel ain't touching. So he had that. A little backstory on the shovel. It was an old piece of shit. It was bad. I remember one corner was like missing from like rust breaking it off. Like the corner was gone on one side, and what was left was this nice little squiggle of tetanus. The other side was like dented in from like trying to use the corners to scrape at the ice. I think we've been shoveling for a good chunk of time. I know we were pretty close to done. A little more of a backstory. Me and my brother did not get along at all, especially as kids. Like as adults, yeah, a little bit, but as kids, no, not at all. Things that we would do would escalate very quickly. I took a snowball, I made a snowball, and I chucked it at him. To which his reply was to just grab a big pile of snow and one up me and just wham into me. All right, that's fine, that's fine, that's fine. So I grab the plastic shovel and I scoop a big chunk of snow. I don't know why, but I don't think it was intentional, but I think I just kind of chucked the whole fucking shovel at him. So just that big old shovel full of snow goes flying at him. I totally missed. So then he comes up to me with this big old shovel full of snow, and you may see where this is going. He just goes like this and like tries to overdrop it on top of my whole body. I've never fought a day in my life. I have no fighting skills whatsoever. I somehow just developed this sense of knowing kung fu and go for a keto block. You remember flashback to that rusty tetanus corner that's all cut up on the corner, goes right into my hand. At first, it just felt like impact. It just felt like the shovel hit me. I was just like, oh shit, ow. You know, I didn't really pay much attention to it for like the first 20 seconds. And all of a sudden I looked down at the snow, and there's a lot of red in the snow. And I'm like, I was a slow kid, and I'm kind of a slow adult. But it took me a minute to realize that the red in the snow was for me. That was me. That was my blood. So I looked down at my hand. I could see the bone of my pinky. The shovel had knocked through all of it. It cut through so I could see the fat, I could see the muscle, and I could see the tendons over my bone. And when you're like 13, 14, 20, however old I was my freshman year, you don't react to that necessarily in like it's a shock thing, so you go into shock. So at first I didn't really feel much of anything. To be honest, to this day I actually don't remember any pain. Just I don't actually have any memory of it hurting at all. So I go into the house with, you know, my hand open, and I go up to my stepdad Brian. My mom was at work, so I go up to my stepdad Brian and I'm just like, that's not supposed to be like that. And he goes, what the, in freaks. He just like he like, well, not like in a panicky way, but like he was irritated. He was the coolest man I ever knew. Actually really helped me grow into the man I am today. He legitimately was just like, are you kidding me? And then he calls my mom before addressing any of this, before he says anything. But the only like vivid memory I have was what followed after he was on the phone with my mom. He just goes, go run your hand under the sink. And I think it was maybe because maybe I was dripping blood or getting blood everywhere or anything like that. But I was like, as a kid, I was just like, no, dude, like there's my blood's coming out. If I run water and it's gonna force more blood out, this needs to be closed. You can't replace blood with water. That's not how that works at all. Like there has never been a situation where like there was a doctor at a hospital where the nurse was like, doctor, he's losing too much blood. How much blood is he losing? Doctor, if we don't replace some of this blood soon, he'll die. Nurse, get me my water bottle. But doctor, are you sure that's gonna work? As sure as my name is Dr. Dasani. So he told me to go run my hand under the tap. So I did that. I went into the bathroom and I started running my hand under the water. And I think I blacked out for a little bit. I think I just was staring at it too much. You know, it's like it's a surreal feeling when you're looking at the inside of you. You know what I mean? Because you've only ever seen you from the outside perspective. You don't know what you look like under there. It's disgusting. I've been staring at it too long, and the next thing I know, like my hand was burning, and Brian comes in the bathroom and is like, get in the truck. So apparently I like had the hot water on, wasn't paying attention, and I like really hurt my hand. Not to the sense where it was like a burn or anything like that. I was just a pussy. I don't remember much of the ride. I don't remember much of anything else. I just remember getting to the hospital, and he's like, I just remember the doctor saying, don't look, so I didn't look, so he injected my hand. They numbed it up and they stitched it up. The only thing that I know was permanent is there's nerve damage on my pinky. It hit over a nerve, and I don't know what it is, but if you watch my fingers, the pinky's kind of retarded. So a little bit of nerve damage. It's not terrible, it's just not as flowy as the other fingers. It really bummed me out at the time because like I'm a guitar player, I'm a guitarist, I love playing guitar. I'm not amazing by any means, but guitar is a big passion of mine. I love playing guitar. I was like really trying to get into guitar soloing, and now that I had the nerve damage in my pinky, sorry, my dog's drinking out of the water bowl, we have to wait. I lost my train of thought. Awesome. Like soloing was important, and I really wanted to get into soloing, but because of the damage of the nerve in my pinky, I can't really use it to play guitar anymore. So, I mean, like, it didn't stop me. I just learned how to play with these 3 fingers. So I can't really solo or do a lot of, like, the fun things that you really need the extension of your pinky to do. But I can use my pinky kind of like as a slider or just like a fret holder in place, so I can do some things. It's not enabling me. It's not stopping me from being able to do it. It just made it a little more difficult at the time. So it was kind of a bummer. Yeah, so that was basically the story of that scar, which was stupid. But yeah, that was the story of scars. I hope you guys enjoy it. If you guys enjoy these kinds of things, I'm probably going to start doing them a lot more. I want to start doing this once or twice a week, throwing these up. And if you guys enjoy them enough, we might actually start doing a lot more of these and cut back on some of the gaming. Like I said, we're trying to grow the channel, and I just don't know which way we're growing just yet. So if you guys like the games, we might keep the games, the majority of it. If you guys like the vlogs a lot better, we might start doing more vlogs and just gaming on the weekend streams where we can all play together. So, but we'll figure it out. But thank you guys very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed Scars on Storytime. Later.